What is up, everybody? Boostown GP here, coming at you, and it's been kind of a hot minute. Yes, it has. So, what's been happening? Well, a friend of mine decided to pay me a visit. Now, this dude traveled like 700 miles just to come wheel. We're looking at some ship boxes that he came to wheel. Now, I'll put up on the screen there his channel name. I don't know when you're going to see that footage. I didn't record any footage of that experience because I was too busy kind of dealing with his footage, and it was kind of surreal. Anyway, so we took this thing out, this Skizron, or whatever the hell he was calling it. I don't even know. It's an XA. It's making the Aussie Ford Falcon look bad. I think they had an XA Falcon. Anyway, it's automatic, 4-cylinder, pretty shitty car. Has no power. The inner fenders ended up getting ripped out. I wheeled this thing. It smoked a lot. The camera he was using was really bad. Like, it was $100. I think the microphone was just junk because it didn't seem to have very good audio. The footage kind of looked okay, but I didn't see much of it. I just heard some of it, and it sounded awful. So, I don't even know. Awful audio doesn't really work for me. So, also use this thing. I let him wheel the shit out of this. That was insane. This little Hyundai Accent 2003. This thing is a little bit faster than that Scion, I'm gonna be honest with you. But not by much. I mean, it's got an exhaust system. They both have exhaust systems, so pretty good. Anyway, what else do we do? We've been thinking about this for a while, but now there is no Supercharger on me 88 T-Bird. I traded him a cheesecake for it, so we also ended up taking the Malibu out on my Caballero 900. Took this thing out and let him wheel it, and he broke it. He dang broke my dang car. Gas pedal ejected right off the swivel, which, you know, not gonna lie, he was getting pretty rambunctious with this thing, so I think it was for the better. I don't think he got footage. I don't remember if we got footage of this run because the mic was so bad on that thing that any wind, it was just like all just ear-piercing static. So it wasn't very good. But this thing ran pretty good. I ended up having to manually drive us home while he steered the damn thing. He did pretty good. But you gotta have left and right foot for this sort of shit. Carburetor seems to work better that way. Engine went pretty good. Still haven't changed the oil, so that's like 100 beatdowns now on 20-year-old oil. Not bad. But here's all the parts from the Nissan, the turbo kit and all that junk. I was removing all of this stuff before he showed up because I'm kind of sick and tired of blowing the small blocks up. So I'm going to take this kit and I'm going to put it in the rat bogger, and then I ended up doing this. Whoa, look at that. There's some new stuff going on here. A little bit of clippage, but look at that. That's a funny looking 350 Chevy. It's one of those. It's a 5.3. So this is the 5.3 that was in this truck before, with the two S400 turbos on the fuel injection that made like 35 pounds of boost or something and scared the bejesus out of me. So I put the engine back in because that's the only logical thing to do. I know I usually say well, I don't usually say that sort of stuff, but who knows? Who knows? I like the way this carburetor sound, and it's actually kind of set up pretty good. That fuel line's a little close to carburetor and all that, but I should have really flipped the lines around, you know, put the one going to the carb out the back and then the fuel pressure in on this side. I should have flipped the regulator around the other way, but I probably still could, I guess. Just kind of loosen things up and move them around. We'll see what happens. Believe that's an 850 Super Comp, or, well, regular competition series. Bought it for $100. My dude who came to visit made these pipes. I said, make some pipes, something the Saudis would love, and I think they're just gonna love that. Usually they don't run a hood or nothing because that's just what they do. If you look, there ain't no radiator in this mess. It's because the radiator is in the back and the throttle is done from the bottom. It's usually on the top, but I couldn't figure out where to put the bracket. I guess I could have just put the bracket in the back, but I put it in the front. I guess I should probably show the cooling system, the fuel system first. Trusted ratchet strap, metal on metal, always good. Fuel pump's right there. I can't remember who makes it, but it's pretty big. Goes through the bed, and then underneath into the stock fuel lines. Is that fuel? Or is that coolant dripping directly into my fuel? I don't know. Anyway, it seems to work. It's got a really tiny return line, so that might not be ideal. Four speed, 1964. God dang. I guess that's it for now. That's what you're missing now, is well, if you were here an extra day, we might have been able to get this thing done, but it is what it is. There is more time in the world for more videos and shit. And probably next time we meet up, I'll record some too. I was planning on it, but I just didn't. It don't be like that sometimes. I'm just in it for the experience. The video is like whatever. It's like going to a rock concert and then just going there to record it instead of actually for the experience. Anyway, the thing probably sound pretty good. Definitely got some flame come out there. Angle kit is next, because that's important to have, because it's just stock front end with that in it. There you go.